Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be discussing the numerical example of Kirchhoff voltage and Kirchhoff current law. Let us solve two numerical examples so that you can understand the concept very clearly. Let us consider the first example. Find out the current which is flowing through 40 ohm resistor. You can able to see 40 ohm resistor. Here we can able to say that there are two loops. This is loop number 1 and this will be loop number 2. So you have to create two sets of linear equation and you need to solve with the help of Cramer's rule, which I already explained. In order to get the information about Cramer's rule, please click on the I button of the video. I have already made the video on Cramer's rule. Okay, so that will really help you out to solve this problem. So let us solve the problem very quickly. So there are two loops. You can able to see two loops. Okay, now our ultimate goal is to calculate the current which is flowing through 40 ohm resistor, which is shown here. Okay, so let me mark the direction of current first. As you can observe, these are the two current which is flowing through loop number 1 and loop number 2. This is loop number 1 and this will be loop number 2. So let us solve the first equation. Okay, let us consider the first loop and make the particular equation. Later on, we'll be moving on to second loop and we are going to make the another equation. And later on, we'll be solving two equations and computing the value of I1 and I2 respectively. Let it be I1. Okay, then I2 is the loop current for the second loop. I think it is very clear. So let me solve. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solve the current which is flowing through loop 1. Look at the loop 1. Let us start at this particular point. So I'm going to start from this particular point. So I1, that will be moving like this. Okay, it will be moving and it is passing through 10 volt, then 10 ohm. Thereafter, it is passing through 40 ohm. So let me start from this particular point, which I marked as a tick mark. Clear? So let us start. Then I1 that is flowing like this. Okay, so if you want, you can mark like this for your convenience. Whichever you can comfortable, you can make out. So let me start the point at this particular point. So minus and positive current is flowing through this battery. So minus to positive. This is negative. This will be positive. So it will be rise in potential. So the rise in potential means 10 volt. No polarity change. Then here there is a resistive drop minus. What is the current? Current will be I1. Okay, this must be I1 only. I1 into 10. I1 into 10 minus. Here you can able to say that I1 and I2, it's actually two currents which are flowing through the particular 40 ohm resistor. One is I1 and I2. Okay, we can able to say that 40 ohm is a common branch which is applicable for loop 1 and loop 2. So here you are supposed to take care. It's a common branch. Therefore, what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to take the voltage drop like 40 ohm into 40 into I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2, that is equal to 0. This is actually KVL. You are applying the KVL according to KVL. Sum of product of voltage and EMF in a closed loop, that is equal to 0. Okay, so KVL. I have applied KVL. Okay, this is according to KVL. Now what I am going to do is I am going to solve 10 minus 10 I1 minus 40 I1 plus 40 I2 equal to 0. Again, I would like to solve 10 minus 10 I1. This will be how much? Minus 40 I1 plus 40 I2. So this I can change it as minus 10 minus 40, that is nothing but minus 50. Minus 50 I1 plus 40 I2 equal to 0. Again, I would like to solve minus 50 I1 plus 40 I2 that is equal to minus 10. For my convenience, I will be multiplying throughout the equation by using minus 1. So that I will be getting a comfortable equation. 50 I1 minus 40 I2 that is equal to 10. You may call it as equation 1. This must be the equation number 1. I think it is clear. So 50I1 minus 40I2 that is equal to 10. Please call it as equation number 1. Now I would like to solve equation number 2. Second equation I want to make out. How to make out the second equation? So consider the second loop. So you need to consider the second loop. Let me consider this is your I2. This must be the I2. Okay. So I'll be starting at this particular point. Okay. So minus to positive. That will be plus only 20. 20 minus 20I2. 20I2. Then you know that 40 ohm resistor, that is a common branch which is applicable for loop 1 and loop 2. Therefore, while writing the voltage drop, you need to take care. 40 into I2 minus I1. I2 minus I1, that is equal to 0. Now it becomes correct because it's a common branch. So 20 minus 20I2 minus 40I2, then minus 40 and minus I1, this become 40I1. 40I1, that is equal to 0. Let me rearrange. 20 minus, this become 60, minus 60I2, okay, plus 40I1 equal to 0. Let me rearrange the equation. 40I1 minus 60I2, that is equal to minus 20. So 40I1 minus 60I2, that is equal to minus 20. So there are two equations. You know, this is equation number 2. This is equation number 1. So better you can call equation number also. That could be better. So equation number 2 and equation number 1. Okay. So if you want, you can rewrite two equations separately. So for my convenience, I am going to rewrite two equations separately. See, first equation 50I1. Not necessary, but for your convenience, I am going to write once again 50I1 minus 40I2, that is equal to 10. First equation. Second equation is 40I1 minus 60I2, that is nothing but minus 20. So we have got two equations and two variables. Now I would like to solve these two equations. Let me rub this particular board. So you have to apply Cramer's rule. Please watch my previous video to get the Cramer's rule, how to solve these two equations. It is very simple. I have already explained. So first you form the matrix. So 50 minus 40, this must be minus 60 into, let me point out two variables. I'll be writing as a column matrix. I1, I2, that must be equal to one more column matrix, which is the RHS, 10 minus 20. First, I wanted to calculate determinant of this particular matrix. Delta. What is delta? 50 into minus 60 minus 40 into 40. This become 40 into 40. Correct? 40 into 40. Clear? So 50 into 60 means minus 3000. Use the calci appropriately if you require. Minus 3000 plus, this become 1600. 1600. That is equal to minus 1400. Okay, so delta is over. Now I would like to calculate delta 1. Delta 1. How to calculate delta 1? So what you can do is replace the first column with the RHS. That is 10 minus 20, then minus 40 minus 60, minus 40 minus 60. So please solve. This will be 10 into minus 60 means minus 600. Minus 600. Then 20 into 40. That means minus 800. This is nothing but minus 1400. So I wanted to calculate delta 2, same manner. So 50, 40, no change. 50, 40, but here I would like to change it. 10 minus 20. 10 minus 20. So 50 into 20, minus 20, minus 1000. Then 40 into 10. That means minus 400. This is equal to minus 1400. Now let us apply the Cramer's rule for finding out the solution. How to apply the Cramer's rule? So I need to calculate I1. I1 is equal to delta 1 divided by delta. That is equal to, what is delta 1? Delta 1 is equal to minus 1400. Delta is equal to minus 1400. So delta 1 by delta is equal to 1. It is very simple. Delta 2 I want, similarly I2. I2 is nothing but delta 2 by delta. What is delta 2? Minus 1400. What is delta? Delta is minus 1400. That is equal to 1. So I1 is equal to 1 ampere and I2 is equal to 1 ampere. So by using KVL, I framed the equation. Then I could solve with the help of Cramer's rule. Now, please look at the particular diagram. Our ultimate goal is to calculate the current which is flowing through 40 ohm resistor. So let us consider this particular point. What is this particular point? You can able to see. Everybody, please look at this. So you consider this particular node. Let us see. This is a node A. Node A. Here I1 is coming to the particular node and I2 is also coming to this particular node, I2. And let me call this is I3, just for my convenient purpose. So total, now you can apply KCL. According to KCL, total current entering to the junction, that is equal to total current leaving from the junction. So let me call I3 is the leaving current. So I would like to calculate I3. So how to calculate I3? Total current entering to the junction, that is equal to total current leaving from the junction. Total current entering to the junction at A, that is equal to I1 plus I2. So current which is flowing through 40 ohm resistor, that is equal to I1 plus I2. So I'll be writing separating. So I1 plus I2. I1 plus I2. So what is I1 plus I2? I1 plus I2 is nothing but I1 I have got 1 ampere, 1 plus 1. That is equal to 2 ampere. So I am damn sure that the current which is flowing through I3, that is equal to 2 ampere. I1 plus I2. 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2 ampere. So this is the way how to solve the example. So you can able to use the KVL first, frame the separate equation. Afterwards, calculate the value of I1 and I2 by using Cramer's rule. That is why I explained in the last session. So once you get the Cramer's rule, you will be getting I1 and I2. If you get the value of I1 and I2, then apply KCL. By using KCL, you can use total current entering to the junction, that is equal to total current leaving from the junction at any particular point. So you can able to say I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Sorry, I3 is equal to I1 plus I2. Then I can able to calculate the current which is flowing through 40 ohm resistor. So first I framed first equation. Okay. Afterwards, what I did, I framed the second equation. Okay. Then I have solved equation 1 and equation number 2. Okay. By using the Cramer's rule. Then solving equation 1 and 2, I'll be getting I1 is equal to 1 and I2 is equal to 1 ampere. Now you can apply KCL. By applying KCL, I can able to say that total current entering from the junction is equal to total current leaving from the junction. So sum of entering to the junction, that is equal to 2 ampere. That is equal to current which is leaving from the junction. That is equal to 1 plus 1. So total 2 ampere. So likewise, you can solve this problem also. In the network shown below, determine all branch currents and voltage across 5 ohm resistor. So there are two loops, loop number 1 and loop number 2. So current flowing through the loop 1 is equal to I1, current flowing through loop number 2 is equal to I2. So you can use the formula. You can use the KVL, apply the KVL, sum of product of voltage and EMF acting on the circuit is equal to 0, closed loop circuit equal to 0. I'll be getting first equation, go through that. So while taking the current which is flowing through 5 ohm resistor, while calculating the voltage drop, you have to take care. For loop 1, it will be like 5 into I1 minus I2, 5 into I1 minus I2. Rest of the things are same. Similarly, in the case of second loop, whenever you are taking care about this particular voltage drop through across 5 ohm, then at that time you can able to say that 5 into I2 minus I1. Same thing I have written over there. Then I'll be getting second equation. So you can solve these two equations by using Cramer's rule. For frame the matrix, you can able to calculate I1 is equal to delta 1 by delta, I2 is equal to delta 2 by delta. I'll be getting I1 is equal to how much? 3.378, I2 is equal to minus 0.54. But here you can able to say that the direction of current is different. If you apply KCL, you will be getting like it will be IC is equal to I1 minus I2. See, IC is equal to I1 minus I2. So therefore, I1 minus I2, I1 minus of minus 0.54, it become plus 0.54. So final answer will be 3.912. Okay. So this is the current which is flowing through this particular branch. So how to calculate voltage drop across the branch BE? So voltage across the branch B is equal to current into voltage, current into resistance. What is the value of current? Current is IC, resistance is 5. So IC into 5. So final answer is 19.58 volt. So this is the final answer. Okay, so this is the way how to solve different numerical examples related to KVL and KCL. In the coming session also, I am going to solve 3 to 4 varieties of problem that will be helpful for your GATE examination also, and also it will be helpful for competitive examination. If you are having any queries, please put up in the comment box. Surely I will reply back. Thank you.